All right. Good evening, guys. So, hope everybody's doing good. Carlos, welcome to the party. I think you've said hello to a few of the guys already, and I think it would be cool if we introduce you and your character during the gameplay so that you guys don't really know too
Okay.
much about him, and we're going to lean into this first scene and we'll rewind and talk about what happened in the first session and essentially you're going to have been a part of everything that they're talking about in the first session, and I'm going to pull you in here when we start with the gameplay. Is everybody good? Everybody ready to start?
Yep, finally here.
Cool, cool. Sorry for the delay.
Hello.
All right, here we go. So this is where we left off. I think everybody should see themselves in one room or another here on this map. Let me know if you do or don't have vision.
I do.
Okay. How about you, Carlos? Are you able to see on this map?
It's loading the page.
Okay.
Okay, I can see. Yes,
Okay. Very good.
I'm good.
All right. So, who wants to review what happened in the first scene last time we played? Anybody want to take a crack at? I'll take you back to the map and just bring Carlos into the storyline a little bit. That we are in the Stolen Lands is this region, the continent that's south of Brevoy, where you are currently located in the town of Restov. And you are one of many heroes who has answered the call of heroes that was put out by Lady Jamandi, and she was seeking to get adventurers who were interested in claiming parts of the Stolen Lands as their own and creating their own kingdoms within the Stolen Lands and combating basically the creatures and the evils that kind of thrive there now. That's the setup as where we started, and then I'll let you guys take it from there. When I brought you in, I think we were here ultimately. Who wants to review that for us?
I can. What I remember was there was an offer of us getting our own lands. That's like the big prize. And there was a pretty good collection of other adventurers and heroes, and we did some milling about and introducing ourselves and talking to some of the other people. There were some weirdos. There was a couple of creepy people that we wanted to steer clear of, and then of course we found a few people that we were chatting up. But as far as I could tell, we didn't really convince anybody to join in league with us. If I remember correctly, we after feasting and milling about and socializing, networking, they escorted us to the accommodations for the evening. And there was two sides. There was one hallway on the east side of the hall and then another on the west side. And so we got divided up for the night. And in the middle of the night, we heard commotion coming from the hallway. I believe it was actually Rekla that heard it and peeked out the door and saw combat. There was people engaged in combat. So after rousing the rest of the crew that was in the room, we stepped outside to find that it seemed the entire place had been overrun by cutthroats. And so we've engaged them, and I believe they've taken out at least one guard that we've seen, if not countless others. And so we're in the midst of dealing with those cutthroats.
Yeah, I was trying to find the picture to show again of these cutthroats. They have some pretty distinct markings. They're, number one, they're all dressed in black. They're carrying and using these black-handled daggers, and they have markings on their face like tears coming from their eye, and so they stand out definitely as you stepped out of your rooms and you saw them. They're called the Black Tears, is the name of the group. And if anybody has a like a lore or maybe even, I don't know, another skill that where you could call on recall knowledge, anything along those lines, I think you would probably have maybe some bonus to this Fen Warden also, because these Black Tears might be familiar to your region where you came from, Rossland.
I see. Yeah, and I I am trained in society as well.
Yeah, I could see that. If you want to make a society check, or anyone else wants to try, you're welcome to do that.
Not too great. I'm not sure what bonus I
Oh,
would get for the area.
let's see if anyone else wants to try this. Maybe they can fill in some blanks. One thing is you guys will all get 1 hero point. So if you used your hero point last session, then you'll get your hero point back. If you didn't use it last session, then you still have just 1. But that's just the use it or lose it. But everyone starts with 1 hero point. Let's see, 11. Let's see, what might you guys know about them? The Black Tears were a group that formed from several gangs, several different gangs, and they're typically, as far as like you might know, you would have heard that they become employed when there is revenge in mind, potentially, or more nefarious deeds. So you may know them from Rostland, or that they're from the Rostland area, at least that there's some kind of center for the source of these guys that comes from Rostland. But yeah, so you guys basically emerged from your rooms and you saw that there were indeed some guards who had been fell and were being pulled out of the room, and you quickly got into combat, and there were some pretty good hits. I think you guys were rolling well last session, and you took out these 3. I know they did land some heavy wounds though on you guys, but so far you're still upright. And for Carlos, you would have gone through all of this along with the rest of the party, except in your case you were coming from a different direction. You were awoken by the sound of combat at the early hour, and you investigated it, I'm assuming, together, and you would have come to this location where this door would have been open, and this is where you would have entered into. I'm going to move you back just a little bit so you have some vision. Let's see, what are you seeing?
Okay.
So I'm going to move you in so that you can see the situation here. And let me explain this room again, because everybody is now picking up here. So this is a large indoor garden that looks like a tropical paradise with a bunch of lush plants and vines and things hanging from the wall. There's actually a stream that goes through the center, and it's just really colorful. There's a couple of bridges. There's an archway to the other side. There's a life-sized marble statue depicting an armored half-elf woman holding a rose and wielding a shield at the north part of the room. And as you enter the room, that there are 4 of these, as described earlier, Black Tears, who are human, and they are actually staring across the room at what appear to be several of the other guests of Lady Jamandi, and they are all engaged in battle. So you would see this now, the same scene, I think, as several of the group are about to see, or some of them already are seeing. So that's where we'll pick up, and I'm going to add you into the turn order, and then we'll have you actually roll your own initiative. So I think you can, on your character sheet,
Okay,
roll initiative.
I want to do that in a moment. Okay.
All right. So I think I've did it roll?
A little slow
No
the
problem.
page.
Either way, the black tiers are going here first. You're going to be inserted in here to the next round. So it looks like you'll go second. The 3 black tiers who are in here are targeting Hannes. So several of them are actually rolling now. Let's see. And one of them does strike him critically. You guys see Hannes, who was one of the champions that you saw that looked like almost like a barbarian, cross between a barbarian and a ranger. He takes one of these daggers to his chest and takes a fair amount of damage, chunk of damage from him, and he takes a step back as that kind of surprises him by the accuracy of their attack. And so then it is his turn. He is
They seem to have do they have a big supply of daggers that we can see, or is it pretty limited?
the ones that you saw in the hallway had 2 daggers. Each had 2 daggers.
Okay.
You don't know what these guys in this other room are doing, but definitely they took a shot at him.
Okay.
So Hannes is going to step forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's stepping forward and attacking this one just next to him. And he actually misses him. And then that brings up the next round, which starts with Fen Warden. You're probably wondering, you probably can't see what's going on in there, but you would obviously hear some of that.
Yeah, I don't see much of it, but yeah. Okay. I'll start with a move. I'll just stride to here. And then first shot at this guy here.
Ooh.
Oh, let's see. Oh, that's a miss.
The miss.
Yeah.
1 action left. I'll take another shot at the same guy.
No, he's 15 to
15 to
hit.
hit.
Yeah, just missed him. I
Well
can't
then.
remember. Did you guys have any buffs or anything enacted, or I don't remember.
I don't remember. I'm looking in my. Oh, we'll get to it on my turn.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Fen Warden? I think that's just you moved. Okay, you moved and you took 2 attacks. Okay.
Yes, I'm done.
All right. All right. So next up is Carlos. Carlos would only be really at this point maybe visible. Let's see who'd be able to see him. Actually, Fen Warden, you could see him. I think. Yeah, I think everybody can see him. So, maybe Carlos, before you act here on this turn, maybe you can tell us what we would see and describe to us your character. What does he look like as he emerges?
Okay. You can see a dwarf with white hair. He uses wooden breastplate for his armor and a wooden shield. And in his back, you can see a little animal and can see you a bear. And he says the nets. And by the old green gods, what is happening here? For my first action, I want to use command animal for guide with the bear.
Yeah, so that's where you would now see, and Carlos, your audio is staticky to this time,
Oh.
so I don't know if it changed or something, but it was really clear when we talked before, but this time it's staticky as you're talking, so it's cutting you off a little bit. But I caught that, and basically you guys would at this point see what he was calling come into action, which would be a black bear. It's a small black bear, but a black bear nonetheless, and it accompanies this dwarf as they enter into the battle on the other side. Go ahead, Carlos. What actions would you like to take here? You've got 3 actions.
Okay. With the action of command animal, I want to do a strike for Little Josh. And his second action is to make a jaws attack.
Okay.
Did you say his name is Little George?
Yosh.
Little Josh is his name.
Yosh. Okay, cool.
There he is, little Yosh. Oh, he unfortunately misses his attack. They are a 15 to hit, but it's definitely got their attention that all of a sudden they are dealing with the Yosh and all of his movement. So he's now in the fray. You have 1 more action, I think.
2.
Or 2 more,
because
yeah,
command
yeah.
animal is only 1.
That's right.
For my second and third action, I want to cast a electric arc for these 2 guys I have here. So let's do that. And they need to make a reflex save. Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to point out that's the first time somebody's rolled critical damage that hasn't been the max possible.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so they'll take the 7 damage. All right.
Very good.
Nice. So you got both these guys.
Okay.
1 more.
Down is same. Or is good the audio of the micro? You hear me good or not?
It's still staticky. It's just like whenever you speak, it's making.
Sometimes
Let
that's
me-
the microphone sensitivity adjustment might
Yeah.
be able to solve that.
Yeah, if it's too close or too far, I don't know if it's any of that, but it's just staticky as you're talking.
Okay, I'm gonna change that. And that is my turn. I cast the spell and use Little Josh for the attack. And
All right. Very good. So these guys both got a little singed from the arc, and that brings up Dalit, who's on the other side of the bridge here, standing facing them.
See? Oh. Did Dracula cast guidance on me?
I was wondering that if you guys had any buffs, because
Yes, you had gotten, what was it? One of my
Was it a
innate
guidance or
spells.
magic weapon? I can't remember which one it was.
did we have him marked for that? Yeah, I don't remember.
I have the marking, but I don't remember what it was exactly.
Yeah,
I did cast it.
I thought it was on
Yeah,
you.
no, magic weapon. Magic
magic
weapon is
weapon.
what you have.
It was magic weapon. That's
It might
1
be
minute.
both,
Okay,
to be
cool.
honest.
Yeah, but the guidance only lasts for 1 attack roll perception.
Oh, until
saving
the start
throw,
of your
so
next
there's-
turn. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's not that. But let me increase that to 1. Cool. All right. I'm going to run up on this guy. Do 1 attack. That does. Oh. All right. Cool.
Oh, jeez.
Do we have fumble macros? No. Okay.
No, I don't think we do, which would be fun, but maybe we'll have to bring those over from another game.
Yeah.
But yes, so in this case, yeah, unfortunately, your fumble has, or your weapon has not. Let's see, actually, don't you take damage in this case? I think you would. The weapon takes
I was
damage.
wondering.
Yeah, I think that's how this works. In your case, you would take the 4 damage towards the weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Luckily, rolled terribly on that too. All right. Rather than taking a second attack, I'm going to try something fun. I'm going to try a snagging strike here.
Hmm.
So I will make that second attack. I don't know if damage counts for that. That doesn't matter anyway.
Oh man. Yeah, unfortunately, that is a miss.
Yeah.
So that's your 3?
Yep, that's everything for me.
Okay. The gnome, this Tartuccio, who was with you guys when you were dining on the first night, and he was a little, let's call him uppity. He steps behind you first, and then he lifts and begins casting. And again, you don't see an effect necessarily of what he seems to be doing, but he is standing right behind you. So that brings us over to Rekla.
All right, so Rekla's first action, I think he's going to get in the room because he still can't quite see everything. So 3, 4. That'll be his first action. And then with his second action, he's going to cast. He's going to target this guy. Cast Daze. Oop, what happened?
What's up?
I was trying to click the spell so that it'd show up in the chat what I was casting, and it gave me an error.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a good. Your spell broke roll 20?
I'll just copy and paste.
Let's see. So
Unrecognized commands?
maybe make sure you have your icon selected again when you click it. I don't know if maybe it's
Yeah.
doing that.
Selected.
You want to try another spell from your sheet to see if it's working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guidance spell works. Those are working.
Okay, so maybe just something on
So
that one.
yeah, it's
All right.
something on this one. I'll have to look into it.
All right.
But I copy and pasted the effect, so essentially it's a mental damage equal to my spellcasting modifier, which is 2. But then there's also a basic will save. If they critically failed, they're stunned 1.
Oh. All right. Let's see. 1 second. So it's going really slow here. All right. So they rolled a 13 will save.
And spell DC is 12, so they would pass.
Okay. All right.
So just 2 damage, and that's the end of his turn.
So he was, let's see, he was going for which one again?
This
on
one.
This one. Okay. You actually combined with the electric arc that the dwarf cast, kill him with the 2 points of damage.
Nice.
The other one is still upright, but he's also taken some damage prior to this, so he's not looking too good. But this other one is now deceased. So he slumps over. The one that the dwarf came in and first shot at. That's pretty cool. I think do you have another action or?
No, that was it.
All right. Cool. All right. So one's down, and then the black
We know what to
throats.
do with the bear now, don't we?
What was that?
We know what to feed the bear now.
Yeah. Yeah. So the black tears that are remaining, there's one right here between Hannes and the black bear, and then there's one here who is badly hurt. These guys are going to try to escape the room. So they're going to start to run this direction. So you would get an attack. All right. Go ahead. Yep, this one here first.
Maybe. There we go.
Yes, and you drop him very easily with a quick slice. Yeah, so he falls. Let's see. Mark him. And then the other one started to run as well in this direction. And Hannes is taking his swing at him as well. He's actually going to miss. Where is this? I think I put him behind the bear. Oh no, there he is. Okay, so he's gonna run, try to run, but the bear is in front of him. So he's basically gonna kind of try to dodge the bear here, which isn't great for him. He's gonna come this way and try to step around this bear. So he's doing that 1, 2, and then that brings up the Hannes. So Hannes is gonna step forward towards him as well and try to attack him. And that will finish him. So this one also falls as Hannes draws a hand axe out of him and looks around at the room and the scene here. And you guys now have 4 more dead bodies of these black tears laying before you. And you see also now the the expression on each other's faces because you've all been surprised and taken off guard by this. So I'll let you decide what you want to do from here. Tartuccio and Hannes are looking at the bodies.
Yeah, I'll head back and check the bodies that are over here just to see if there's anything of interest on them. Any clues as far as what they were doing there?
Oh, okay. Yeah, each of the black tears has 2 daggers. The handles of the daggers seem like they're maybe ebony or something of that nature, and they all seem to be similar, and they all have 2 of them, so you'll have those.
Okay.
Let's see, what else would they have here? They have hand crossbows, studded leather armor, and you would find a belt pouch on each of them with a total of 15 silver pieces. With the crossbows, there are 10 bolts per.
There are 3 of those?
Mhm.
Well, one each person. Okay, got it.
Yep. And that's essentially what you find on those bodies there.
All right, now we got a logistical question. Who's going to keep track of all that?
I already put it in the party loot, but if anybody wants to add it to their sheet, I'm
Oh,
thinking
party
I might
loot's
grab it.
fine. But we should say who's carrying what.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you're gonna utilize something, make sure that you assign it to someone. But if you're not thinking you're gonna utilize it, then keeping it in the party treasury is fine.
Yeah, cool.
you grab a hand crossbow for Ben Warden. That's okay.
Sure. Yep. All right. Anyone else want to take care of anything here?
Actually, yeah, Rekla might snag one of them hand crossbows. That could come in handy.
Sure. Yeah, you can get one off of the blackthroats that are in this room.
All right.
Can I just examine one of the bodies and do a warfare lore check to see if I can recall anything about them?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. So I think you would just you may know of a little bit more of the 7 gangs that make up the Black Tears, and that they would probably be employed by some really high-level organization, more than likely. They're not just here on a small budget. They're probably have a large backing. You might speculate that this is like a battle against Lady Jamandi, and that these Black Tears have been hired to potentially thwart her plan to prevent this group and others from exploring and exploiting the stolen lands, because others want to do it in the regions that border the stolen lands. That would be maybe some of what you would piece together. And as far as the warfare is concerned, you do know that some of these guys will be known to use different poisons and things from time to time, although you haven't seen any use of that so far.
Okay. A little terrifying prospect.
Competition already. Yep.
Could I also scrounge up some of the bolts that they were using?
Yeah, you guys can recover a total of 30 bolts between the 3 that were back in this area. So however you want to divide
Who
those.
else?
I
Who else was going to use one of these?
think Fen
I
Warden's got
grabbed
one.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll
Yeah.
just split it down the middle then. You take 15, I'll take 15.
Sure.
Let's see. At this point, I'm gonna move Hannes and Tartuccio come back, and they're just having a conversation here in this hallway. Who else? Let me cut to Ferbus. Anything you would like to do with this time here, Ferbus, as you're, just coming into this attack?
I gonna say the people a question. To the partner I hear nets. What is happening here? What is all this mess?
I don't know what to tell you. We woke up in the middle of the night to be attacked. These guys started a mess, and we had to make a mess.
These scoundrels.
Yes, and these other 2 are people that we saw in the hall earlier, but they're not working with us. But they're guests here tonight. They're not invaders.
Okay, yes, I can see. What are we gonna do now?
I think you guys would also hear Lucio and Hannes, who are having a lively debate here in the hallway. You would overhear some of their conversation about feeling that Lady Jamandi is under attack, that someone's ordered a hit, and that very likely everyone's lives are in danger from here on out. So they're debating about what they want to do next, and I want to give anyone else a chance to act if there's anything else that you wanted to do before I have you make another roll here in a second.
Only thing I was about doing was heading back toward the hall to see if they came from there, since that seems to be the direction that they appeared from.
Let's see. So back in this direction over here, like in this corner, you mean, maybe? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
From the initial attack? Okay. Let's see. So that would have been part of the foyer, and that you're not sure if they came from there or if they were just trying to take the guards' bodies out that way.
Oh.
But yeah, you can see that area leads to the foyer. And then, let's see. I guess what I'll have you guys do, if there's nothing else that you wanted to attend to, I'm going to have you all roll a perception check.
Okay.
Alright, so... Alright, let's see. First is, we're going to say, Dalit is... You hear what sounds like a low rumbling, and at first you're not sure what it is, and then it starts to become clearer to you that you feel like it's a voice that's coming from the opposite hallway where the dwarf emerged from. It's in that general direction. So you would be the first to notice that sound. I think the others may be looking around and just didn't hear it as distinctly, but you would have certainly heard it. So I'll give you the first kind of action here.
I'll start by checking in, going, "Do you hear that? That voice?" And then turn to Ferbus and ask, "Do you know what that was?"
No, I don't know. What can be?
And I'll go across the bridge and see if I can hear it more distinctly.
Yeah, so
I follow you.
let's see. This is where this what sounds like
Bye-bye, Dallas.
a deep voice.
Nice to
Oh, what's that? I'm sorry, Joe. Did you say something?
Can't hear you if you did.
It's cutting
Okay.
out all of a sudden. Yeah. I think it's back, but it's been cutting out here for the last 20 seconds. Everybody's was cutting out, so I don't know if I think it might just be the Discord call, but I think it's back now. Okay, you guys are here and you're checking out this real quick. Let me tell you more specifically. All right, so yeah, so what you hear sounds like it's got a deep voice to it, and it is guttural and says, "Where are you, halfling?"
That doesn't sound good. No.
And so that becomes distinct as you get closer. You hear that distinctly phrased.
I'll turn back to everybody and yell, "Is there a halfling? They're looking for a halfling."
But none of us are halflings. Are the two other guys back there? Is one of those a halfling?
No. Let's see. Make a nature check, Dalit, or anyone who's within. I guess also Ferbus.
Okay. Nature. Oh, what?
Okay. Yeah, you're not 100% sure what the humanoid is that the voice is coming from, but it sounds it's something familiar to you that maybe you'd seen before, and but not a companion or anything, but a creature that you would have dealt with in your background at some point. But you're just not sure. You can't quite place exactly what it is, but definitely has your attention.
Is Fern Warden in a position to make that check?
Let's see, how far are you? So you've got a, unfortunately, you're not at the right angle to probably hear it. If you want to make the check, we can do like we can just modify it. Let's see. Yeah, not same thing really. So if you guys are thinking of heading in that direction, I'll give you a chance to game plan if you'd like. What you would see in this hallway, for any of you who may have already looked through this door in that direction, there were looks like some remnants of battle in that hallway as well. And as Ferbus, you passed through that hallway, you would have seen more specifically on the other end of the room that there was in fact a body of one of the guards laying down there as well. And that's what led you to the door that you went through. You guys would have that information as you convene. I'll remove these, kind of pile these bodies up here for you guys. What a mess.
Yeah, it's just a trail of destruction.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that does not sound like a friendly person that we're hearing, so I'm thinking we ought to all either go towards it or all retreat from it, one of the two, and not go half and half. You guys want to go towards it or away from it?
Let's see how wise my character is.
That was cool that Mike.
I think Rekla knows that even if we retreated, it would probably continue this direction. Might as well face it head on.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Okay, Jamie, it sounds like we're going to be going toward it. Do we need to?
Yeah, so if you guys want to line up or whatever, I'll have you, before you approach, I'll have you roll initiative.
Before we approach, I'm going to make that voice my hunted prey. I should be able to do that if I can see or hear.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's something I never would have thought of doing.
Yeah, it's a great way to... Perfect. Let me open the... And... I don't know, I guess I have to have you guys re-roll it. Yeah, let me clear this. Yeah, I'll have you just type yours in, Joe, because I think I missed yours before I had it open. But
Is anyone else not seeing other characters' names in turn order?
Yeah, I don't see them.
Yeah. Me too.
you just see your
other
own.
characters?
I see my own, and then I see their icons or their tokens.
Yeah,
but
you know
not the
why?
name.
It's probably because I think you can only see the names for the sheets that you can edit, if that makes sense.
Mm,
Let me test that theory. Let me test that theory because I am curious. I was wondering about this. Let's see. So I will change one of these real quick. There's nothing quick though about Roll20. I think you're right, Joe. This has got it taxed. So if I give you guys all access to this sheet, did anyone else's name appear in the turn order for you?
No, it changed what I can see because I can now see through that person, but I can't. Didn't give them the name of the turn.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Not a
why.
huge thing.
No, I don't know. I was curious though why it does that, but
Who knows? It might even reboot next time you do a new turn order or something.
I've noticed that in other games too. I think it's a Roll20
Oh, really?
thing. So I don't know exactly how you control that as a GM. The GM I can see them all, and I can edit them all, and so I imagine it's one of those settings.
Sure.
But that didn't work. So anyway, so you guys got your turn order figured out here. I'll sort you and let you decide how you want to. Oops, wrong way. How
But
would you like to proceed?
if his Den Warden can't see anything past, you see through there.
I believe you do get a bonus on tracking for your hunted prey.
Yeah, let's see. Is there anything here that can be cleared? I don't think there is. Maybe this. I can. There we go. How's that?
That opened up a teeny little bit for me.
That's, yeah, there's not much to see through that angle that you're looking at, but that door would be open.
That's the door up there. Okay, and that's an open door. I see. That's why I can't see anything. Okay.
But the origin of the voice sounded as if it came from this vicinity within and somewhere behind.
Can you indicate that vicinity again?
Let's see. Does it ping in for you?
No, I'm not seeing it.
Oh, let's see. I'm on the wrong layer.
Oh,
My bad. Let's see.
okay.
Did that show up?
There.
Okay.
Yep, the voice. So, and it's coming through the door then. Okay. I have to get a better view of this for sure. Who's this here?
Me.
That's Ferbus. That's Carlos. Yep.
Okay. I'll step past Ferbus and take a look.
Oh, by the way, I'll show you guys his art. I don't know if you could see this
nice.
before, but that's the art for Ferbus.
Oh, I like
Cool.
it. Okay. All right. I've only moved part of my movement to get there, and I still don't see anything, so I think I'm going to continue to use up more of my speed. Where was I? Here? So I can get up into here somewhere.
Yeah, you basically you would see that there's a door, a closed door on this wall, and then at the end of this hallway there's another door that's visible, and there's a dead guard laying on the floor near it. You can't quite see around the edge, but it looks like the hall goes around the corner.
Okay, so he ends his first move there. Still doesn't see anything, and no targets or anything. Anyway.
Yeah, this is where your hunted prey, you would feel present behind that door to your north. Yep. And there's another door. If you look all the way down here, now that you can see, there's another door down there, and that door is cracked open. Or hanging open.
Crazy.
But yeah, that's it.
All right, I will my second action, I'll do interact with the door and open the door. I can see through it.
All right. The door opens, and inside of the room, a couple of things. It looks like first it's a modest-sized library, but the library is in ruins right now. Bookshelves along the east and west walls have been emptied, and there's some books lying in heaps in a pile in the northeast corner. And set atop the heap are some severed arms, legs, and heads of what appear to be several of the guards. And also what looks to be a couple of familiar faces that you remember from the hall that you spent some time with some of these folks. So there's blood splattered on a chair also that sits next to a shuttered window. And as I describe all of that, you would have noticed none of it because you, when you first came in, would have given all your attention to a creature that stands before you. And let's see if there's actually any artwork for this. I'll show this to you guys. Actually, I don't know if it will. Is it appearing on your screen, Joe? You can't see through. Let me move you.
Oh, now I can, yeah.
There you go. You'll be the only. Each person will have to lay eyes on this as they come through the corner, but that there is a large creature that's standing in the room and holding its eyes and its face and calling out in the air, "Where are you?" And
Ben Warden has one action left. He will. He's too close for his. So.
And you realize as you're looking at the creature as well that he looks as if one of his eyes has been certainly slashed or damaged to where there's blood coming from it. And that's what you would also notice the halfling, if you remember the halfling that you guys spoke to in the main hall. She was a bard, I believe. She's one of the dead that's laying in here. And
Yeah, we were hoping to hook up with her.
yeah,
okay,
and so you're not sure if he's calling out to her specifically because she was a halfling, or if he's mistaken.
Now,
but
right?
she's dead. Yeah, she's laying.
Oh,
she's one of the dead in the room. So that would.
Or he's dumb and he doesn't know the difference between a gnome and a halfling.
Exactly. You can't put that. You can't really be sure that he even knows what the hell he's talking about at this point. But he seems to have been blinded by something. So that would have been apparent to you as you're standing there. And,
all right. Last action. I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, you're good. Go ahead.
Last action. I'm going to step back, take cover around the door there, and as a free action, I'm going to yell, "Everybody get in here! Looks like a big ogre or something."
What?
All right. So Dalit is up. You would have heard Fen Warden's call.
Guess I'll run in. Oh. Cannot see where this creature is. You said it was like right here?
Let's see.
Move
Let me-
on to the door.
I'll pull
There
that.
we go.
I'll pull that door out. Or can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay.
Okay, that is quite the ogre. So I moved there. Probably get an attack or opportunity if I move around. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move around it to the other side. I can have the movement for that. Let me just make sure. Yeah, all right, cool. So I'm gonna move around and I will attack it.
All right. Go ahead. Yep. Let's see.
And
15. It's
get it.
what was this thing?
Big one.
Oh, AC is 16. Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, Do you have
The
the buff or anything?
probably worn off.
That
right?
was the magic weapon thing?
Yeah, do you have anything?
Now it's probably been more than a minute.
Yeah, it's definitely been more than a minute.
Yeah, you guys spent some time gathering through everything before you heard the voice anyway, but yeah, unfortunately it is 16, just one shy, but
Yeah, I don't like being first level.
it won't be long. Let's hope.
I know. Then the enemies will get even tougher.
So that's it for your turn, and I think that brings up Ferbus.
Okay. For my first action, I want to move right there with my 20 feet. So I can. Allah! You are very ugly, my friend. Oof. By the old green god. What is that thing? With that words, I gonna cast little electric arc.
Okay.
So reflex save for me.
All right. He does not have very good reflexes, I will say that. This is a deck stacked against him. All right.
This is my best spell.
Yeah, so he failed it. So he's going to take the 6 damage. All right.
Okay, with that, I gonna say, guys, we need some help here. It's very ugly here. And that is my turn.
Yeah, so at that, now that it has been attacked, it is roaring and flailing around a little bit more intently, but it is not its turn quite yet, so it's actually Reckless first.
All right, so Reckler needs to get in there and see this ugly guy. So he's gonna get one.
All right, so you're in there. You probably can't see it yet.
No, yeah, I can't see anything yet. I can see a corridor and kind of the opening up.
Yeah,
to there.
their attention's focused in here right now. Yeah. Anything else that
I can't. Oh, I can't see through that doorway into where the ogre supposedly is.
if I'm from your point of view, you can see through the door, but you just can't see the ogre yet. You haven't
Oh, I
traveled
got you.
quite far enough yet. Yeah, it's in that doorway to your
All right. Well,
north. Yeah.
he's gonna have to spend another action to continue moving. So I guess that's where he'll go. That's his second action, and yeah,
There you go. Now you have
that's
perspective.
an ugly ogre, all right.
Confirm.
Confirm. You guys are right. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a very apt description. Let me just check this. Yeah. Okay. So with his last action, he's going to cast. Oh, Cloak of Shadow.
Oh, there you go. One
On,
action. Cleric Shadow.
I guess he's gonna do it on himself.
They already can't see. Oh, okay, yeah, but that's true. Yeah, it's already probably pretty well blinded right now, but
Oh, I didn't realize.
yeah, just letting you know that if you wanted to take that back, because you would have observed it.
Okay.
At
Yeah,
this point.
I will cancel that. Scratch that.
Yeah, it's becomes more evident as it's moved around too that it's got something still sticking out of one of its eyes, and the other eye it's holding. So you're not sure exactly, but not seeing at the moment.
Okay, then with his final action, I suppose he'll launch his new hand crossbow. I don't think that hit.
Yeah, unfortunately not. That missed.
Alright.
Alright, so now it is going to flail around a little bit. It is pretty upset by the sudden onslaught of new attackers. It thought it was looking for one attacker, and now it's being blindsided, literally. Alright, so it's first, let's see. How's he do this? He just sort of... Alright. Alright, so he's first just swinging in the general direction of where he was struck, which would be towards Dalit. And he rolled a 13, which I think is a miss.
Yep.
And let's see. There's nothing really else that he could consider, so he's just going to swing at you again. And roll a 1. The ogre is stumbling around, swinging wildly and rolling such, so it actually at this point stumbles over some of the obstacles in the room and is prone now. So I'm going to mark it as such, and now I'll go back to the top of the order.
All right, Fen Warden draws his flail.
There we go. Okay.
And will move up to the prone flanked ogre and try one bonk on the head with his flail. Not work. Even, yeah, that's a 12 with his, or rather an 11 with the...
Yeah, even with the bonuses, it's
so
just...
not good enough.
Yeah, it's like fighting a drunken master. He's just somehow you're just missing him. You're too clean and precise, and he's just unpredictable. But what else?
Hold still, so I can hit you.
Any other action, or is that it?
Yep, I'm all used up. Yeah.
All right, Dalit, you would have seen that now, and you know you're now flanking with Fen Warden, who's somehow just avoiding narrowly slicing this thing from his side, so you can give it a shot.
All right. Let's take a nice pack.
That's a great idea to run around the back of him, Ben. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Okay. So that one hits.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. He's already prone, which means he's already flat-footed. So I will take a second attack. One does not hit, despite the prone, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then with my last action, I'm actually just going to move a little, still staying... I'm trying to stay flanking, but moving out of position of my strike. And maybe get a chance for him to miss.
Ah, okay. Got it. I see you. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. I think then that brings up the dwarf, Mr. Ferbus.
So, well, I continue cast my best spell. I'm gonna cast in a good electrical for the hit guy. 3. That was, guys, bad damage.
Oh man, he actually saved. Wow.
Cool.
The drunken ogre.
Okay. Oh, for my for my last action, I don't know if there is some space I can send the beer. I don't have a vision with the animal.
Yeah, you can bring him in. You can command him, right? So if that's what you wanted to do for your action.
Yes.
Are you able to
I don't
move?
see.
Are you able to move him?
Move him? Yes, but I can see with his token.
Oh, okay, my bad. Let's get you some vision.
Oh,
How about now?
much better.
Okay.
Let's see if I can bring here. Is it good?
Let's see. So he would need to be. Let's see. He can occupy this space. Oops, not here.
Okay.
Where is
Okay.
he? Hang on. I'm trying to move him. 2, 3.
For his size, he says.
I would say he
small.
can occupy that. Yeah, he's small. There is a degree of. There's like a 45-degree area here that I think a small bear could run by and occupy.
Excellent. And now for his attack, I'm gonna make again a Jaws attack. Let's see. I think I gonna use the hero point.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good use of it. No one's used one yet, so why not?
Oh, is
Hmm.
this same?
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
man. Oh. That's just the cruel roll 20 for you. Yeah.
Well, can be worse. Can
Yeah.
be 11 or
True. Very true. All right.
that is my turn. I only do that and I say this big guy is very tough. And he's not.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Rekla
Little
is.
bear and a big ogre. That didn't work out very well.
Yeah.
All right. Rekla needs to get into the room, I think. Is that even possible?
You could go to this space here.
Like that?
One more
Or
up.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, that'll be his first action, and then he's going to have to ready his Morning Star with his second action, and then attack with the Morning Star.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So you definitely land that shot. What were you aiming for?
His foot. I just wanted to break his foot.
Alright.
So he's not going anywhere.
No running away.
Just permanently flat.
I would say, yeah, he's got a pancake for a foot at this point. Whatever's left of the bloody stump is there, keeping him upright. But yeah, that definitely would have caused him to turn in your direction and squeal, basically. Let's see.
And that was his last action.
All right, perfect. He at this point is now just in a fearful rage, swinging around blindly, both in the direction of Rekla and Dalit to start here. Let's see, it's got like a hook, basically, hand that it swings around. And the first attack is a miss against Dalit. The second attack is against Rekla.
That's a hit.
16 hit. Oh, actually, I rolled the wrong thing. I gotta re-roll it. It would have missed you. I didn't have the correct roll. It swings and misses, and really doesn't know what else to do here, so it's going to try to move back in this direction a little bit and step around some of the things that it can feel now that it's stepped into. So that's it there. That should bring us back.
He stood back up then?
Yes. Yep. So you're up next.
And there's a table there. We can't flank him anymore. Okay. Yeah, I'll follow him there and take another flail attack.
Oh, that's a good hit. Now, what are you aiming at with the flail? Where's the flail strike going?
I think I'll go after the foot as well to try to bring him down. Or ankles, actually.
Just work our way up his legs.
Yeah, trying to pound his legs into
pulling out toenails. You guys are just wicked, man.
Do an additional 1d8 of damage because he's my hunted.
Oh yeah.
Prey on that.
Okay. Okay.
There it is. Okay. Great.
Oh wow. All right then. Tell us about how your strike fells the ogre, because this is you've hit it for exactly as much life as it had left.
Yes. The flail hits his ankle, but then bounces up into his crotch area, and that's all he can take. And he goes down head first and lands with his forehead against the stone floor.
Nice. Yeah, and with a thud, you would have all felt the thud as the weight of this beast hits the ground, and now the room laid out in front of you here. I think again, for those of you who weren't in the room before, there is basically ruins of a library in here with a bunch of empty bookshelves. There's a pile of books in a heap in the northeast corner up where Dalit is standing up in that corner up there. And there were body parts strewn about the room that looked as if the ogre tore limbs off of multiple guards and the halfling as well. So there's body parts in here that are strewn about, and let's see, seeing what else maybe you would notice in the room. Oh, for those of you who did the society check before about the black tears, I think a couple of you had passed that. I know Fen Warden and Dalit both passed that earlier. Having seen this creature here, I think would be a little bit odd to you. If you would like to make, either one of you would like to make, or both of you make a check for either society or warfare or one of those insight checks, I can maybe give you some more information. Oh, nothing. Nothing.
That
Less
sure is it over.
now than what you knew 10 minutes ago.
I know slightly more than nothing.
I think you're still you're very shook by the circumstance of what just happened, and it's just confusing to you is basically is how I would describe it. That this ogre would be working with the black tears. Like it just completely makes no sense to you why they would be working together. Let's see what else is in here. Yeah, I think that's basically where you're at. What would you guys like to do here with this giant corpse and pile of limbs and heads?
Rekla wouldn't mind searching the ogre. Maybe he's got giant coins.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Let's see. So the ogre's wearing some furs. Some lice-infested furs. I thought you might want to see that. I love how that was in here. Lice-infested furs. So there's a bunch of furs, and it's got basically a hook that it was wielding.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
You also find in its eye a short sword.
Oh.
And it's buried deep. You thought it was a dagger, and then you realize it was a short sword. So
somebody put in work before we got here.
Yeah.
Sword in the eye.
Yeah, and then you see these books and the room in tatters. So what would you guys like to do? Actually, this would be a good spot for a quick break. If we could take 5, I'd like to take like a mid-session bio break, and then we'll jump back in here. I'll let you guys figure out what you want to do next. But does that work for you guys?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Be right back.
I added the short sword to our party loot, but if somebody wants to use that, we should put it to use.
You know, I'd be about that normally, but I feel like I can't give up the dueling sword.
Mm-hmm.
It's your signature thing.
We are got backgrounds, necessity.
Let's see. Let me make sure I'm able to see what you guys can see here, because the map's difficult with so many tokens overlapping. Let's see. There's like I don't think it's visible right now. I'm gonna delete the ogre corpse here to make it easier to see. Yeah, if you guys could, whoever's in the room, just do a perception check, please.
Oh.
Better than those society checks.
Yeah.
Much better, yes.
Yeah, and
You're not totally clueless.
yeah, it turns out that as you're just looking around, maybe everyone but the dwarf is standing at the right angle to see that one of the bookcases is in fact a door, and leads to a little room, and that's in this northwest side. That would be obvious to all of you from the angle you're standing, except the dwarf, he's blocked, so he didn't see it. But the rest of you, whoever wants to point it out and head to check it out.
Would pull a candlestick out to make the door open, or whatever it takes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it just sort of leans and turns as you just put a little on it. You can see that it just hinges and turns, and I'll move you
Very
a
nice.
space. You should see now a small room. It's windowless, but it does contain a large wooden trunk secured with a formidable looking padlock.
Oh crap! They don't have it.
Yeah, all padlocks are formidable to us.
Yeah, particularly.
The ogre. Is that that's a big hook, right?
It is. Yeah, it is. It's huge. Yep. Let's see. Also from here, let's see. Joe, it would be obvious to Fenwarden from this perspective also that there's another door in the room here.
Okay. Yeah, we'll make sure everybody's aware of the trunk. Let's deal with that first. Decide what to do with it. Thievery. I'm just looking up thievery. What skills that requires?
Hear me out. Brute force.
Might be the way to go. Sometimes you can smash what's in it. In that case.
Yeah, I guess if you don't have thievery.
As an action, DC of the check is determined by the complexity and construction of the lock.
Yeah, so it's a DC 20 thievery, or yeah, which to pick the lock, which I think that's what the pick lock
I think
check would
you
be.
also have to have the thieves' tools, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, that's yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna check. Can I check the room for the key?
That's a good idea.
Sure, you're welcome to search either. Which room are you thinking?
Ooh, that's a good question. I hadn't actually thought about that. Is this a table or a desk in the middle?
It's a smashed table.
Okay. You wouldn't keep a key in a table. I'll search this room that we're standing in.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to make a perception check as you're searching, and I'll tell you if you find anything different.
Yeah. Oh, no. I find books.
Yeah,
Oh,
nothing.
I think Rekla would help him search. Hey, there's other books.
How about Ferbus? What are you thinking, Ferbus?
I wanna see all the bodies are dismembered, or I can see. I wanna see if there is something alive or not
Let's see.
in this massacre.
Yeah, it's basically that. Let me just
No survivors.
They've already given.
Well,
Yeah, no, it doesn't. There is nothing else that's unfortunately that's living in the room that you can find. It looks like there may have been 4 or 5 guards that were killed and dismembered, along with Lindsay, the halfling, who you guys may have encountered. Everyone would have probably encountered her because she was a performer, so you would have seen her at some point. But yeah, and then amongst those things, you would basically see just some books and other items laying strewn about, but you don't find any keys.
Then more
Cool.
pockets of the guard bodies for any keys.
Let's see, so you guys were... There's a dead guard out here. You haven't searched. Did you guys search? I don't know if you did. I don't think you searched any of the bodies back, of the guard bodies in that area.
Anyway, we would need to.
But yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, I can head out and check the guard's body in the hallway. See if that's got a key on it.
Okay, so let's see. The guard. So on the guard, you see he has a longsword, a potion. He should have drank that potion. I don't know what he was doing, but and he doesn't have anything else on him.
No key. I will take the potion. Go back and I'll just switch the books to see if I can find a key. See if I can do better than my compatriots.
Oh, fortunately not. Unfortunately, you're
Hey,
not.
look! Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys have turned the room over now, but no one's found anything like that.
Jamie, I'm gonna grab that overhook and start taking some practice swings with it.
Start warming up.
Yeah.
It would be pretty cool to see. It would be like a huge weapon. It would be like a completely different. I wonder what the stats would be for that. I don't know how you wield it exactly, but they do have stats here. So if you want to try it, you can always try it. Yeah.
I will give it a shot. Ooh. Before I do that, though, I'm at least going to look at the door around the padlock to figure out what would seem weaker, the door itself or the padlock.
The door itself or the padlock? I think or you mean the chest itself?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Yeah, I think that probably the chest, breaking some part of the chest would be easier than trying to swing the big weapon at the lock itself and strike it. So I think you would probably think that you could break the chest potentially. Easier
But
than breaking the lock at least with the hook. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But then the question becomes, do you break what's in it by doing that?
It's like trying to smash the top of this.
Not a lot of choices. I don't know another way to open it.
Yeah. I want to know what's like. This is hidden behind one of the bookshelves, right?
It is, yeah. It looks like it was a hidden room, but the door was not very well hidden from what you guys could tell.
Okay. Do we want to smash it or do we want to try to take it with us?
Here's Rekla coming in with the left curve ball or whatever. Whose place is this? This is Lady J's place?
It's Lady Jamondi's Lady. Yeah. I like Lady J. We'll go with Lady J. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is her stuff, so maybe we shouldn't break into it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we could just secure it, just leave it where it is. We know where it is. Keep it hidden, and if we need to get to it, maybe we'll find a key later on.
Yeah, if the opportunity presents itself, maybe, right? Something like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
all right.
And then
I'll leave the overhook with it.
So if I move you guys into anyone who would have gone and looked at the chest, I'm gonna move you guys into this room for a second, just so you can see that there is another door on the south of this room that appears to be like another secret door, but it's obvious from the inside of this room that it's a secret door, but from the other side of the room, it wouldn't be. It would be your guess, right? So anyone who's been in there, you would see that. So I'll leave that to you.
Well,
There's a door, because there's doors in the hallway outside, and then there's that door there as far as the unchecked areas.
Is there other noise of like battle going on anywhere else? Do we hear anything?
So let's see, if you want to make a perception check.
Yeah.
Wait. Can I go back to their stuff?
Let's see. Yeah, you did not notice Rekla.
Nope.
And Fen Warden, you got the 18. But yeah, you don't hear anything coming in any clear altercation or movement or anything like that even at this point. Once the ogre was fell, things got a lot quieter.
Before we do anything with the store, can I go search the halfling?
Sure, yeah, you could search the halfling.
Because the ogre was looking for the half.
Let's see, actually, hang on 1 second. I think I may have skipped something real quick. Yeah, the halfling was in the pile of bodies that was in this room. There's essentially, you have her short sword. Someone does, and you would see basically that the rest of her equipment would be strewn about the room and not really in anything worthwhile, other than you would see the book that she was drawing in. And you guys remembered that she was showing you some of her drawings, and she had some maps drawn and other effects like that. You would recognize that book amongst all the other books because you would have seen that firsthand earlier that evening.
I will take that book, just in case.
Okay. So if you want to just call that, we'll call that Lindsay's journal for your records. And what I was going back to was the perception check. Actually, Fen Warden would have been the one who would have noticed something. So let me... You would hear some movement, Fen Warden. Actually, nothing loud, but definitely just some movement that would have been noticeable to you coming from the end of the hallway. When you went down to check that guard's body and you got close to this room at the end, you definitely heard something behind that door. It didn't sound like a battle, but it sounded like something in there. So that I just wanted to make sure that you had that.
Yeah, interesting that there would be something in there that even though there was a battle, it didn't come out, or they didn't come out.
Yep.
And maybe that connects up with the door that we haven't gone into that's inside this hidden room, kind of in the same direction.
Let's check out room then.
Which one do you want to check out? The room that enters from the secret door or the hallway door? There's also, I'll point out that you have this door here out in the hallway that hasn't been checked. This other door that's down the hallway would have been Ferbus's quarters, where he was staying. So he came from that room, and that door is open still from when he left it. And then there's the door at the south end, and then again, I think probably only Ferbus and Fen Warden would have seen also that there's a door in the north out here, right there.
Oh, yeah.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors in that little hallway where Ferbus is right now, and I think you guys are currently aware of what 3 of them do.
What do you do, Ferbus?
Here, we can open this door.
Which one are you thinking?
Let's see what it...
Oh, that.
We'll go down and join Ferbus. I will anyway. Fen Warden.
Okay. Are you talking about this door that you're next to, Ferbus? You're gonna check that door?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, please.
Sure. Yeah, that door opens, and it's a large room. I'm gonna just move you to the doorway so that you can see what I'm describing, and the others will see here in a moment. It's a large room containing 2 rows of simple beds along the southeast wall, and at the foot of each bed is a small wooden chest, and the lids of most of the chests look like they've been opened and moved about and scattered, some of the items scattered on the floor. There's a oak table also in this room that's not smashed. It's sitting against the northeast wall, and there's nobody in it. If anyone else wants to check out that quarters, you're welcome to do that. There were a total of, I think, 14 beds because they're stacked on top of each other.
Oh.
So you would see 14 chests that were also used for storage that are, again, strewn about the room, and you're welcome to
kind of a barracks.
Yeah.
Okay. And is this a window over here above this bed, or?
It is. It is.
Okay.
Yep, there's a window there.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys remember it was storming pretty badly. Last time it was thunder and lightning as you had first encountered the group in the garden. And it's still storming out. It's not as loud, but it's still a heavy rain that you would notice. Anyone want any questions about the servants' quarters or?
No.
Okay.
Okay. No.
Let's see. Actually, if you guys who are in the room will do a perception check.
Okay. Let's do that.
I think I should open my eyes. Maybe I'd do better.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so Ferbus, you would be, looks like the first who would have noticed that there was like a pair of trousers on the floor that have a chain hanging out of the pocket. And as you reach down and pull on the chain, that there's a thin silver necklace with a heart-shaped charm attached to it. And it looks really good quality to you as far as looks like a nice necklace. So you would have spotted that. That's it though. That's it. Otherwise you don't really see anything else of value.
Okay. This look fancy, and I take it. I show to the guys what I found.
Do we put that in the party loot?
Sure.
Okay. Very good.
Silver necklace. Yep. All right. And so yeah. So again, I think you guys now, as you're passing in and out of this hallway, and after Fen Warden had pointed out the noise earlier, I think you all would have confirmed now with your own ears that there's definitely some movement behind this door. You're not sure exactly what's going on.
Let's investigate.
Yeah, but I want to get my long sword out and position myself back here before you open the door. And so longbow, not long sword, longbow.
Ready my short sword too, for my dueling sword.
I want to raise my shield.
Okay.
All right. That leaves Rekla with his morning star in the hand to open the door.
There you go, Rekla.
All right. Yeah, it says it's a. Okay, no, that's not right. That's on the other wall. You start to open the door, and as the door opens for you, you look inside and you can see two tables that sort of catch your attention first that look like they're like food preparation. They're pretty large tables. There's some tin wash basins laying out in the corner that look like for laundering clothes. Some wooden buckets for hauling water, goblets, plates, dishes, utensils, other things look like they're strewn about in the room. Most of it undamaged. However, your eye is drawn to another pile laying in the middle of the room of bloody corpses. However, these corpses look like they've been smashed, and as you look around a little further, you start to get a better sense of what might have smashed them. So I'm going to move you in there. And
Indeed.
I've got him. I'll remove the door from the layer. So you guys
I'm
can
going to be able to see him.
There you go. Some of you may have more questions than others at this point, but there we go. Essentially what standing on the far side of the room appears to be some type of giant.
Oh,
Yes, that is what I see. Dang.
Um,
I'm just realizing what I should have done.
Was he?
He's
Is Is it obvious that the giant is the one that did the damage? He's covered with blood from smashing.
Yeah, definitely. His fists and hands look as if he's done something bad.
Yeah, I'd like to roll for initiative.
So, yeah, and actually, as you're doing that, let's see, you guys, who's standing there? Okay, no, I don't think you would see anything yet, but as you enter the room, I'll describe some other things that you'll see. But yeah, we'll go ahead and roll initiative. So he looks up. It looks as if he is preoccupied doing something in that back corner when you entered. But he obviously would have heard you not really trying to sneak around, and he would have turned around as well. And at this point, you guys lock eyes, so I'll have you roll initiative.
Oops.
Oh, I just deleted you from the turn order. There's 1, 2, 3. Who else? I don't know why Fen Wardens didn't go in. That's weird.
Maybe I'm not doing it right. How are you supposed to?
Make sure you've clicked onto your token. That's what I did that first time. I wasn't.
I don't know. It's, oh, I see the problem. I'm sorry. I had a tool selected instead of my.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. That should do it. Hey. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna roll him in here as well. All right, so what you guys notice, and we'll go through because you guys are gonna start. Let me just get him in the turn order real quick. Okay, I think we got it now. Okay, Fen Warden will be first to act, and let me just tell you what you see a little bit more clearly when you get to the door, if that's where you're heading. But go ahead, sir.
No, I'm actually going to stay out, but I've got to get a little better vantage point and more range. Oops. Let's see. I'm going to move to there. Is that half square okay? Can I be in that one?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Great. And then that's one, then I'll fire my longbow.
Okay. Yeah, and just again, I think at this point you would see him more clearly, and even from this far away, you would notice that he has a grievous wound on his arm, and so it looks like he is occupied with maybe bandaging or covering his arm as you guys walked in, and so that would be something you could take into consideration as you aim your shot. So you definitely hit him with that shot. Let's see. Where were you aiming your shot at?
I'll aim at his wound.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, you stick it, basically attach some of the bandage to his arm with your shot. Was this with your longbow? So yeah, definitely everyone would have heard that thing zip by and stick into his arm, and he would have definitely groaned out in some discomfort.
Now I'm in a room with a enraged giant.
Yeah. Anything else for Fen Warden?
Just looking at the damage, it's got the deadly trait. On a critical hit, the weapon adds a weapon damage die of the listed size. Deadly D10. So I add a D10 to the roll this after doubling the weapon's damage.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So trying to see what Roll20 has done for us here. Did it roll a 1 for damage and double it to a 2?
Yep, it did.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to add a die 10 to that. Then sounds like.
Oh my god. All right.
Okay, there you go.
It was the thought that counted there. It was the right thing to do, but the dice.
Actually, I'm going to hero point that one.
There we go.
Sure. Why not?
What actually happened?
Oh no!
I have to go now.
That's crazy. Oh man, it was what it was. But you definitely literally poked the wound. So you did do your effect really well. And
I pissed him off for you, Rekla. Go for it.
all right,
This is what I get for opening a door for you.
at that is its turn, and he's quite shocked at the turn of events here. He looks down at the arrow sticking out of his arm. He's bleeding pretty heavily from that same arm, and with that he turns and he breathes out a cone of freezing moisture, and that is going to be directed at Rekla and Dalit. Both of you will need to do a reflex save DC 18. Just missed.
Oh,
You there, Ben?
Oh, yeah, sorry. All right. What am I doing?
Oh, reflex save, sorry. It is, the giant is breathing cold at you and Rekla, and you passed yours. Okay.
yeah.
Let's see. It is going to deal... Yeah, at least you didn't critically fail, so that's good. Okay. That's really where this gets ugly, is if you critically fail that. But you guys are... You're going to take 10 damage, Rekla, from the cold damage, the frost that's now hit you from this giant, and I think your reflex saves gives you, what, half? Basic, yeah. Alright, so that's it for its action here, and that will bring up Ferbus.
Okay. Uh,
And you would have certainly
Uh,
seen the cone of cold that just frosted through the doorway.
okay. Yeah, I can see the wood giant. First, I'm gonna say we need some more power. So, little Josh, I need you there. And I cast Magic Fan for my one and second action. This make the unarmed attack of Little Josh gain a +1 iron bonus and another dice of damage.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
So
Sweet.
he gets a +2 attack, and he gets double damage, basically.
Yes. So you can see how the teeth of the little bear are more bigger now, and I, with my last action, I command the animal to make an stride and attack for this
Alright. What?
big guy.
There.
Price daddy have no attack opportunity for that.
If you're just in, are you wanting to pass by him?
So there we are. He just attacked. Let's see. That was 17 hit.
Yeah, 17 hits.
Okay, and another damage.
Yeah.
7 plus 3, 10 points of damage.
Yeah, and because of his arm, he does not take any attack towards you as you run beside him there, but 10 points of damage, okay? Awesome.
Okay.
And that's a bite attack.
With that,
Yep.
a
Alright.
very good fire. And that's my turn. And I yelled to the big guy, Little Jones, teach him your the strength of the nature. And that is my turn.
Awesome. Alright, Dalit is up. You're in the doorway there.
Yes. Let me double check some distances. All right, cool. All right, I will run in with the doorway. Get to there. Gonna take a strike.
Ooh, man.
Oh, cool.
That's
Alright.
a good shot.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
And then, Jamie, I'm going to let you make a judgment call on this. This snagging strike feat doesn't have a limit on size. There's nothing listed on whether or not I can
Yeah.
take something out that's larger than me.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why you couldn't affect him like that. He's 10 foot tall, and he's damaged, and he's flanked. I could understand how you could throw him off.
Okay. I will try to do strike for that. Ah, there we go.
Oh, man. Okay, so
Excellent.
how much damage? So 4 damage?
Uh,
Or is...
it rolls a critical damage anyway. Your call on whether you take the 8 or the 10.
Let's see, so it'd just be the... Yeah, so that's going to actually kill this thing. So, yeah, so you tell me about your final strike with the Eldori dueling sword here.
We'll go with a snagging strike at his ankle, popping the Achilles tendon, trying to make him flat-footed, and just
Yeah,
bringing down the beast.
and he's already bleeding from his arm, and now he's bleeding from his side and laying on the floor in the mess that he made. But yeah, he is deceased. He is deceased.
Okay.
Well done, well done.
You made short work of him. There's a couple of really good hits right there, and he was in bad shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rekla would like to do battle medicine on himself. He's in kind of bad shape right now.
We can take you out of turns, and you can do your checks if you want for medicine, because he is defeated. Yeah, so if you guys want to do some healing or anything else.
Hmm.
That doesn't pass, does it?
Nah.
That's in 15. We have time. If we pause, I can do a medicine check on you. I'm not saying it's going to be great, but I can try.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys don't hear any other movement as you're taking a pause here. I'm sure you would be listening again for movement, and you don't hear anything else at all at this point.
Cool.
And let's see, the hallway that we were in, it wasn't open, right? It just had doors, but it wouldn't have an open end. Is that right?
What's that again?
Did the hallway have an open end, or is it all just closed off with
Oh,
doors?
it was all just doors. Yeah, this
Oh,
door
okay.
should be. You can see through that door. I pulled that one door at the end, but are you talking about on the? Oh, behind the giant is a pair of double doors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No, I was trying to figure out where I could stand guard. Yeah.
And-
I'll just move into the room and join them in there.
Yeah, the double doors behind the giant would lead back to the Great Hall.
Oh, okay.
You guys would know that. You would have remembered seeing them as you would have passed, I believe, through here.
There's a door behind the giant, and there's a door right here, too, right?
Yep, there's another door in that southwest corner or southeast corner there.
Whatever's over here.
I'll switch back to my flail. We're in closer quarters.
Yeah, we can search for this room.
Yeah, so if you guys want to do a closer search in this room or of the creature, we can do that. Let's see. So let's see, just to get more detail here, there are, as you take stock of the room, there's about 10 bodies laying around, and 10 of them, actually 10 guards' bodies, and a handful of other adventurers that you recognize. You may or may not recognize all of them, but they would have been faces you would have passed in during the day at some point. Let's see, as far as the rest of this is concerned, let's see, you've got a large sword in the room that's leaning against the wall, and it's like a great sword, I should say. And All right.
Giant have any money on him?
Let's see. So, yeah, you basically, if you scour the whole area, there's a pretty long list of things that you're able to gather. You do find a suit of half-plate armor
Oh,
that's laying in the room. There are 3 suits of pretty gory, stained chainmail armor. There's a battle axe. There's the great sword I mentioned. There are 4 long swords, 9 daggers, a crossbow. There's a glaive, and there look to be a couple of pieces of minor jewelry also that are laying around, some rings and brooches and necklaces. And you recover a total of 30 silver pieces.
30 more silver pieces.
And there's a cloak that looks like it's made out of like some kind of like animal fur that you also find as well.
The cloak is regular size, so you don't have to be a giant to wear it.
Right. Yeah, the only thing that was giant sized that I mentioned was the great sword, which could also be used by a two-handed
Right.
by a human. Yep. Yep.
How many jewelry were there from the frost giant?
Let's see. There's 3 rings, 2 brooches, 2 necklaces. They look like they were scattered about. And then I mentioned a glaive. You found a glaive and 9 daggers, crossbow, 4 long swords, battle axe, bunch of armor. So yeah, it looks like there was actually, if you have warfare, if you do like your warfare check, or if anyone else has like anything about battle or along those lines, I think that'll do it actually. I think what you start to piece together, Dalit, based on the way you see this, is basically a big ambush. And your feeling is that the Black Tears were working together, obviously, with this giant, and that he was positioned here to smash any stragglers who tried to escape this wing as the Black Tears entered it and were flushing it out, right? And so as people were trying to escape and get back through the double doors into the Great Hall, he was positioned here to take care of them. And so you get that sense that between him and the Ogre, that's what the purpose was that they were brought here for, and that reinforces your belief that this is something that's very high level in terms of the fact that this organization was well funded, and they obviously were able to hire what appears to be to you some type of giant. If any of you have any type of nature skill or whatever you'd like to make a check, you might be able to learn more about the giant, the type of giant he was.
Yeah, the ranger definitely would like to try that.
Nature.
Yeah. So I think Fen Warden, you would definitely realize that he is he's definitely a frost giant, and he's what you would probably believe to be a very small frost giant. He's only about 10 feet tall, and to your understanding, most of the frost giants are quite a bit taller than that, so you don't know what that's all about, but he's definitely in your mind a frost giant. So
I'm trying to check to see if I'm trained in that armor, but I think we ought to take the opportunity to improve our armor classes by putting on that armor if anybody needs it. Because that half plate is pretty expensive stuff. I'm doubting anybody had that.
yeah, that might be up Dalit's alley, maybe. I don't know who else could wear it, but
Yeah, I'm looking to see what the modifiers are on that.
It's chain mail, not chain shirt. Okay. The chain mail is medium armor. Half plate is heavy armor.
Yeah. Oh, wow. 10 feet, 16. Oh, I could totally use that half plate.
So, what do you find out if you're trained in heavy or light armor? Is that in your class? Where that gets set up?
Yeah, that'll be in your class. See, actually, if I'm trained in that, I think I am.
Let me refresh real fast here. Anything else you guys wanted to do in this room? Now that you're healed up a little bit.
While I've taken a second, I want to look at that cushion that we had to see if it is labeled what it is. It's clear what that is.
Let's see. Let's give you a 10% chance that this has got a clear label on it. Fortunately it's not labeled.
Oh darn. Okay. Light armor medium. I can use the chainmail. Does anybody mind if I use that?
No.
No.
I'm going to change that.
Oh.
Alright, just trying to make sure I'm on the same section here. See, I think you guys probably would have noticed also this room opens up into this north area up here. So I can describe that area because there's no door on it, it's basically a pantry. And if you investigate the pantry, you'll find the bodies of 3 of the other adventurers that you may or may not have remembered from your first interaction. And let's see, there's floor-to-ceiling shelves, and it's a pretty well-stocked pantry. There's different salted meats, breads, grain, flour, and vegetables, barrels sitting against the walls. And you see there's like a tangled heap basically in the middle of the floor of different things that have been strewn about, and hanging from the ceiling are these 3 basically just hanging there. They look like they're like just hanging by ropes, not by their necks but by their arms.
Oh dear. Okay.
Oh.
And are they alive or dead?
So you can do a medicine check on them to see.
Okay, let's do that.
Yep. And so, yeah, so the first one, if you're checking, let's see, I'm gonna give them a chance here to, yeah, so yeah, they appear to be alive. All 3 of them appear to be unconscious or on the edge of consciousness.
Finally, I want a life.
Yeah, so you don't know exactly what they were being prepared for, but they were hanging in the pantry as if they were a part of the next meal for the giant who was next door. So
Bring them down.
Yeah.
okay. All right. Yeah, so you're able to cut them down. Basically, they're each kind of hovering around a hit point at this point, and so you're not really able to interact with them in terms of they're not responsive to you, but they are definitely alive, just unconscious at the moment.
Good. Okay.
I'll start with this person and just do a medicine check on them.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you can do that.
Oh,
If anyone wants
they
to do
don't
medicine.
fumble.
Yeah, don't fumble because they are on the edge, that's for sure.
I want to help them with that. Yeah, another
So
medicine check.
yeah, so if you want to go ahead and roll for medicine for each one, and then yeah, there you go.
It's
Unfortunately, that's a miss and a miss. Anyone else want to attempt anything?
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Oh, there you go. Which one were you helping?
They all looked equally in bad shape?
Yeah, they all look like they'd been pummeled and just were hanging there by a thread.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just do the nearest one then.
Okay, all right. So you can roll for him.
What is it, 2d8?
Yeah, with
2d8.
just a regular, yeah.
8.
All right. Yeah, you're able to stabilize the Larry, and they come to and are thankful to see you and to lay eyes on you next because they thought they were headed towards a certain death. They're like, "Thank you. What has happened to the others?"
They're alive.
Things are bad. Not gonna lie.
Very bad.
I do have the ability to cast cantrip stabilize on
Oh
any
yeah.
of the other
Yes.
two.
Yeah. So that would help them at least if you're gonna move them or something before you try to heal them again. Yeah, that works. So they're both stable, the other two, and Valeri is just absorbing the weight of it all here as he basically realizes that the ambush was effective and that most of probably the others he's not going to see again. Let's see. So yeah, the other two are now stable, and you've got the three of them pretty much secured. Anything else you wanted to do here in this immediate area?
No, maybe we should move them over to the.
And I should have said that Valeri would have started first with asking you in a terrified way where the giant is, right? So
Oh.
you could have the satisfaction of at least answering that
Where's the
question.
giant?
Where's the giant? Just in total.
Paying his debts to the cosmic karma that he's been dispatched.
Oh, thank the gods. He starts to help as well with getting the other two upright and moving out of the room.
I was gonna say we could move them over to the servants' quarters or something, so at least we know it's secure there.
Sure, yeah, that works. So I'll move them over there, and you guys are free to move around to any of the areas you've been. Any idea what you want to do next?
I mean, it still seems like we should try to clear the whole place, really, and see if we can find
Yeah.
Lady J, because she's got to be a target as well.
I think there was one more door in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hallway.
Was a door, and there is another door.
Yep, there's one here and here.
Oh.
There's one, in the room on the south, and then out in the hallway there's one on the north. I think those are the only two that you haven't poked into yet.
Sorry, I'm gonna open this door here. I'm gonna take my sword out first and then open that door. In case there's like a fire there.
I want to get my longbow out before he does that.
So this one here is actually the room that Ferbus was in. It was his quarters, so it looks pretty similar to. It looks like a smaller quarters than where you guys were staying, but that's where he was. He and the bear were lodged in here, so he came out of here and left the door hanging open, so you guys would have been able to see in.
Okay.
Did you leave any treasure behind in there, Ferbus, for them?
No, sorry.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Let's see.
Have we,
So
have we done this door over here yet?
Yeah, that's the. I'll pop the door off the ones that you have that I know of. So that one's the servant quarters, you believe, and yeah. So this, I think it's only the northern door now that maybe you haven't looked at. If you want to check that out.
Yes.
Who wants to open the door?
I'll stand back here with my bow.
I can open this door if you would.
All right. Yeah, you get to grab the door and it opens. And it looks like it's a storage room. There's a lot of oil lamps in here. There are bed linens, candles. You see some tools and crates and supplies laying throughout this area almost as if it's like a general store of storage. And if you can roll your perception.
I go. Give me some time.
You don't piece it together. You know that the secret door probably leads into here, but you don't know exactly how. But you're like looking around expecting that to connect into this room, but you're not able to find it. Anyone else checking out this room? You can sort through any of the items that are in here as well. There is a lot of common adventuring gear in here. Like I said, there's lamps and oil. You've got various, let's see, candles, tools. So if there's something specific you're looking for that's in those categories, we can look to see if it's available. But as you also look through, you find 3 potions.
Oh, 3 potions.
Very nice. 3 more potions. We got to find a way to identify these guys.
Yeah.
So now a total of 4 potions. Yeah.
There is some like healer tools or anything in this place.
Yeah, you find healer's tools here.
No, because I got the voice.
Yep. So you find healer's tools amongst the tools that are in here. Yep.
How about thieves' picks?
Let's see. I'll give like another percentage on the thieves' tick tools because they're a little more uncommon. Let's do a 30% chance that they are here. Oops. That didn't. No, there's no thieves' tools, but there is a crowbar. There is a crowbar if that's of interest. There's like other common tools, hammers and things like that as well. But a crowbar is present, which I know is one part of a thieves' toolkit, but it's not the entirety.
Anybody want
I will gladly.
Alex got it.
I will gladly take both the crowbar and the hammer.
And essentially, it's saying that you're going to find common gear here. So if there's anything core rulebook, common gear that you're thinking of, there's a high probability it's here. So it gives you a chance to think of any of those things that you may want to stock up on that you didn't. And if not, you know it's here, right?
Yeah.
And then for those of you, I think all of you have now entered the room pretty much. So if you would roll perception, if whoever rolls a DC 20 perception first will spot where the secret door connects, and then there you go. So Fen Warden would have spotted it. He would have found the way that the door opens, and then you would see that connects into the room where you found the chest to the north.
Oh, okay. So there's nothing in between them. They're just connected together.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. And all right, is there a rope in there? I presume there is.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'll grab some rope.
Okay. Yeah, and I think then that you've covered all of those doors. Then the only other doors I'm aware of is back in. There's one door in the south of the room with the giant, and then the double door behind the giant, which you know where that one goes. But there's one down there. Yeah, there you go.
At the ready. I think that probably just goes into the hallway, but
Who wants to check that out?
Yeah, Reklo will do the honors again. Hopefully there's no more giants behind these doors.
Yeah, so we'll open that one. There's a couple of large wash tubs in this room with some folding screens and looks like chamber pots as well. Some small brass oil lamps on the ceiling are lighting the room, and it smells like cinnamon or potpourri or something in here, like very pungent, as if this was maybe some kind of washroom. See, make a perception check for anyone that enters this room.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't notice anything else. Yeah.
okay, but not great.
Yeah, it's just a normal washroom. But yeah, if you look around again, there's really nothing of value in this room beyond some other tools and equipment that are laying around. But otherwise, it's pretty bare.
There are water in the wash basins.
Yep, yep, there is.
Ben Warden will swirl his arm around in there to see if there's anything in the bottom.
Nope, just seems like just water.
Just grimy water.
Yeah.
Ew. All right, you want to go move the giant out of the way and head through those doors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna delete him so that there's space in that room, and you guys can go check out these doors. Let's see.
If Lady J is in there.
All right, yeah, you guys get to the door and start to open the door or listen to the door, or what are you trying to do?
Might as well
Give a little
open
listen.
it.
Mm. Okay.
You want to listen?
You already opened it.
There's a giant. They didn't hear that.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, so as you guys are trying to open the door, it's not budging for you. Feels like there's something holding the door from the other side potentially. Like it's shaking a little bit, but it's not pushing all the way open when you try to open it by yourself.
Here we are. We just got a crowbar.
I know. Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so yeah, you guys can try to pry at the door a little bit.
Yeah, I believe that's an athletics check,
I
right?
think it's athletics. Yeah. Yeah, because it's strength. Yeah, basically.
I want to cast him guidance. I think I can for the check.
Sure. Yeah, guidance on the check. So you get a plus.
For a
There we
plus
go.
1
Yep, +1.
for a 20.
So
Dirty.
that means that you actually are able to get the door open, and as you do, basically you notice that there's a bunch of tables and furniture that looks like they were piled up on the other side of the door as you start to push it open, and it leads back into the great hall where you guys were a few hours ago during the feast. And like I said, a lot of the really large tables were turned on their sides and pushed up against the doors. Broken dishes, goblets, stains, blood stains on the floor. Looks like another dozen bodies or so are laying in this room. And across the room, you see what looks like 4. I'm going to move you guys on the map. Sorry, I got you.
Okay.
1 second. The Great Hall. I'll have to bring your tokens over. 1 second. Okay, now I got you. I'll move the map over. Okay, so yeah, you guys should be coming back through, and I need to get the guard's token, but there's on the entrance for the west wing. So when you entered this room, you saw all the bodies, all of the things moved around, and the only other thing that you see is on the entry to the west wing that there's some smoke and fire that's coming from the doorway, and there's a handful of guards that are over there trying to deal with the fire and trying to block the door as you enter into the room. They are wrapping the door in tapestries, trying to keep the smoke out, and that's what you guys see as you enter. I think I can share. There's a little picture I'll share with you, but that's the scene, so that's where you're at. If you guys, oh, here it is. There we go. So that's what across that they're trying to deal with as the fire is starting to engulf, and it seems like the west wing is ablaze, and that's where we'll pause this session. Is where you guys will be entering next session. We'll be dealing with this situation. So that's probably a good stopping point as far as a good break before you get into a whole nother set of circumstances here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Goodness, I got nothing to help with fire.
Yeah,
It's hard to fight fire.
they throw you into the fire in terms of this beginning. This beginning is a setup. It's you're not meant to have time to rest. You're meant to get like thrown into the fire literally. So it's you guys are doing a good job so far being really careful and stopping and healing, and you've been pretty successful. I was surprised that the giant didn't do more than he did, but he was definitely severely wounded, which helped that circumstance, and the ogre being blinded, it helped. Those were some good battles. You guys took them down with suffering pretty minimal damage along the way. And it seems like maybe as far as the group is concerned, the one thing you might be missing is the thief, right? Or somebody that can check traps and unlock things. One of the other players that's going to join us has already expressed interest in playing one, so we may have that filled already. That'll be a good add-in, and
Nice.
I'll work with them on like character creation between now and the next game, and we'll look forward to having them in here and seeing what that does and if they can help fight fires.
Awesome.
But, cool.
Very nice.
All right, guys. Any final thoughts? Anything else, guys, before we adjourn?
It was good playing with you, Carlos.
Yeah.
Good first session with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Ferbus is fun.
Yeah, it's great to have you. It's a good fit. It's a good fit, and I think the bear is going to be cool too to see him as a part of it. But the druid's a good complement to this group too, actually. And he did well.
He's Josh, but someday he's gonna be big Josh.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah, if you just keep raising them right, on giants. All right, guys.
Okay.
We'll catch you next time. Take care.
Okay, thanks.
See ya.
Yeah.
Good night.